Hola amigos, yo soy la chiquita and I have something I've been so excited about for a while. I got it on this Saturday and I am excited to show you all. Yay! Hold on. Hi. It's the Beatles magazine. And Life magazine, all dedicated to the Beatles. And the photographer, who was Robert Whittaker. Here. Look at that. Ball's right there. Ooh, and another one. This. Ringo. John. Ta-da! Ooh, look at John's face. Look at them. They're happy playing guitar and drums and stuff. And bass. There's George. Crouching. Like the awesomeness he is. Look at Paul. Being so sassy in his birdcage. Oh, look at them. Oh. Yeah, so this was what I was very excited about. My sister kind of saw it in the grocery store and thought of me, and my mom got it for me. And it is awesome. Oh my god, this is awesome. So, yeah, I could go on. I love the Beatles, of course. And, yeah. This is just an awesome magazine. Yeah, so. Yeah. Also, I am going to. So, that out of the way. I'm also going to do a bit of a review for the Hunger Games, just because. I saw both the movie and I've read 2 books out of the 3. So I'll just do a review of the 2 books and I'll compare the first movie to the first book, and that'll be kind of 2-in-1 review. Alright, so for those of you who don't know who for those of you who don't know what the Hunger Games is, you haven't read the book or seen the movie. It's basically set place in this post-apocalyptic era, North America, where and there were these 13 districts, but District 13 and the capital. And District 13 rebelled against the capital and pretty much fell. And so to keep every one of the other districts in check, the capital put this thing on known as the Hunger Games, and pretty much it's a reality TV game show where a boy and a girl from each district pretty much just fight to the death, and the winner is the last person standing. They're known as the victor, and they have like all the fame and glory. And pretty much it's about this girl Katniss who lives in District 12, and that's like the poorest of the poor districts, because each district kind of contributes to a certain product good. Like there's jewels, there's clothing, there's electricity, there's fish, there's vegetation, and District 12 provides coal, and it's a really crappy environment. And pretty much, she is also a hunter, which is illegal in Pan Am. That's what the country's called now. But in District 12, nobody cares. I mean, like the guards don't care. I mean, everybody trades with the black market in District 12. To get their food, pretty much. And the thing about Katniss is she's smart, and she is a good archer. So I'm gonna keep this long story short. I don't want to retell the entire story, but basically, there's a reaping where they pull the names out of the boy and girl who were going to be in the Hunger Games. Katniss' sister, her name got pulled out. She volunteered to take her place, and she's with this kid Peeta. And so Hunger Games goes. They have to and so Peeta and Katniss have to pretend they're in love of to get sponsors. Sponsors. The game goes on. Katniss this kind of plays along with that love story thing, and blah blah blah. End of story. She and Peeta win, and so comparing to the. Sorry if you haven't read it. It's a spoiler alert. So in comparison to the movie, I think the book is a lot better. I mean, like, the acting in the movie was fantastic, but I mean, the movie, it seemed a little rushed, and they did leave out some details that were pretty important. And they left out the girl with her, I forget what she was called now, but she had her tongue cut off, and she was captured in the woods, and Katniss didn't help her. You know, I mean, and she had like this friend Rue during the Hunger Games. She made an alliance with this girl from District 11 called Rue. That's like the vegetation district, and well, pretty much like in the book, at least you cared about Rue a little bit. In the movie, you didn't really care for Rue much. I mean, she was just there. She was just there and gone. I mean, one of the good things is, though, at least they shortened the amount of time spent in the cave. I mean, in the book, I mean, like, she was in the book. I mean, they were in Katniss and If you read the book, Katniss and Peeta were in the cave for their little hiding cave for a long time, and during the games, game's practically doing nothing but going all lovey-dovey. They were kissing and sharing stories and stuff, and it was going on for a long time. And I'd be reading through this, be like, "Oh, Peeta's so cute." I'm Team Peeta. Be like, "Peeta's so adorable." And then after a while, it was just like, "Okay, guys, get out of that cave and do something." And I'm getting bored of this. At least, like, during the movie, you didn't get bored. Their cave time was like short and sweet. Off. And in the movie they didn't reveal that Peeta's love for Katniss was real. I mean, they kind of left the part out where Katniss revealed that she was only pretending to be in love with Peeta. And then Peeta got pissed off and goes, "Oh my God, Katniss, I thought you really loved me. I love you so much." I'm so sad. And he storms off. And yeah. So Katniss is, and I mean, you didn't really believe that Katniss actually liked Peeta for a minute, anyways. I mean, at least in the book, she was actually contemplating whether she liked Peeta or not. For real. And um, and yeah, but at least like the Hunger Games was a little shorter. Or one thing about the cornucopia, though, it's a lot different than what I pictured in the book. I mean, in the book, I pictured like this big golden cornucopia, which was all round, just round and went up like this, and it all had all this stuff like pouring out of it, like it was like the Thanksgiving pictures with all the pumpkins and fruits and stuff. It turns out that it was in the movie, the cornucopia was a little boxy. A little too boxy for my taste, so I was kind of disappointed a little bit. I wanted something big, grandiose, and golden. So there's the Hunger Games for you. Personally, I love the first book. I love the Hunger Games book, and I liked it a lot better than the movie. Although the movie was good, it was a good movie. Not as good as the book, but it was still a good movie. And off to Catching Fire, which is the second book. And I did not like that book as much as the first book. I mean, like, it makes me not like Katniss very much. So pretty much, you see Katniss and Peeta's lives as the as victors, and she and you can see the government's power a little more, how ruthless they are. And so they were gonna have a Hunger Games and a quarter quell for the victors. However, the quarter quell turns out it's another Hunger Games for the victors, which I was kind of disappointed at that one. Because, I would have much rather had seen Katniss and Peeta as mentors. At least you see Haymitch as a mentor, but it would have been a little better if you saw mentoring kids from District 12 through Katniss and Peeta's eyes. See what you see in Katniss's point of view, what Peeta's going through, like how he feels about this. See how Katniss feels about it. I would have loved to see them more as mentors. So when the part of the all new Hunger Games for the victors came apart, that was slower. It also the book made me hate Katniss a little more. I did not respect her. I mean, like, if you read the book, she makes a lot of bad decisions that I just don't respect. For one thing, like kissing Gale. I hate Gale. He's a jerk face. I hate Gale so much. Gale just makes me so angry. And Katniss kissed Gale. Oh. And that was one of the things I did not respect. I mean, like, at least she made some sour choices in the first book too, but like, I mean, you could understand, at least you can understand her motives, because she was out in the Hunger Games surviving. this one, she was not surviving anything in this one. She was just being stupid. So, and it was, so Catching Fire was okay. I hate Katniss now. No, since reading that, I hate Gale. And I just wish there wasn't another Hunger Games. I just wish they would have had and just meant them mentoring and just seeing what they're going through, their thought process as the new kids are going through their Hunger Games and what happens then. See how they feel about all this. It's the mentoring thing. I personally would have liked to see that better. There's also a part where Peeta pretends that Katniss is pregnant. I would have liked to see Katniss be actually pregnant and going. You know, it would have been more interesting if she was actually pregnant and going through the her new Hunger Games experience. That's just me. So, yeah. So, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all soon. And gracias, adios.